Gym motivation, I'm gonna give it some time before, well, monetization, I guess, is bullshit. Gym motivation is bullshit. You want to get in shape, you want to start going to the gym consistently, you see all these other people doing it, you're just questioning, how the hell do they do it? And you want to know the biggest reality check. You don't value your health enough. You don't value yourself enough in order to show up every day, whether you like it or not. And the thing is here, you don't ever want to rely on motivation because it's not a sustainable source of consistency. It's not something that you should be using as energy to get yourself up and out of bed to stay disciplined on those things. It's a good tool to utilize at times because it makes things easier. We're going to be having just a topic of discussion and story that I'm going to be sharing about why motivation is bullshit. And it has everything to do with who you are, not what you're facing. You have to be the person to do the things in order to have the things that you want to have, not just in the gym, but outside the gym and anything in life. And that's what we're going to be talking about. So just a little bit of background. I'm Dakari, also known as Short King Kari, Dakari O'Neill, full name. I love talking to whoever watches these videos. I want you to know that I love you and you're loved, you're valuable in my eyes, and all the plans that you have for yourself, I hope all of those go into fruition, and not just for your own benefit, but hopefully one day, if not already, for this guy right here. You kind of see him, but yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about, is just a life story that I have when it comes to chasing your goals, pursuing those things, and yeah, how people stay motivated for the gym. So just a little bit of background about who I am, things that I have gone through within my life. I used to be an overweight kid. I was the weird kid. I was the bigger kid is what most adults called me growing up. And growing up as a fat kid, it is not the easiest thing in the world. It's not the worst thing. There's a lot of worse things, I'm grateful for the life that I lived. It wasn't perfect by any means, but at the same time, it was perfect to me, to exactly where I need to be in life in order to be successful and inspire people. So I'm grateful for that. But growing up fat, it taught me a lot of valuable lessons. Obviously, I'm not fat anymore. I take care of myself. I go to the gym, and I wasn't always like this. I liked eating hot Cheetos on the weekends, or actually every day. Full transparency, I'd eat 2 big bags of hot Cheetos every day after school. That was my go-to comfort food. And yeah, I never went to the gym. There was times where, I wanted to go, was motivated, and went for a couple days, stopped going, and yeah, it would kind of beat on me. And I used to ask the same question that you're asking right now: how do people do it? And I'm going to share to you guys about my transformation, how I went from this bigger kid to losing 80 pounds in 8 months after struggling for years on trying to lose weight as a teenager and young adult, young kid. I'm not even an adult at that point, And I just want to say this: I lost 80 pounds. Prior to that, wasn't consistent. A lot of failed diet attempts. And at times, motivation would draw thin. I didn't know what to do, and I didn't see results. And that's kind of what I didn't want to keep doing it. And I'm hoping today, just me expressing my story and showing you, it will inspire you to do better for yourself and actually take action on these things so you have a better understanding. So I never went to the gym. Started going to the gym, and it started with that motivation, right? For me, it was as cheesy and cliche as it is. I'd watch anime, I'd watch Dragon Ball Z, and as just grown up, I love that they trained hard. I love the way that they looked, very welcoming people, just a parasocial relationship with a fictional character. Very weird, but that's what got me going, and that was enough. And it got me going. I wanted to work out. I wanted to be like them because they're striving for more in life, for their life, which isn't even real. But that's what drew them closer to doing that, is because they wanted to be the best of the best, save the people that they love. And in my eyes, a part of me wanted to save myself and inspire my family to take better care of their health. And it would get me going. It got me motivated. And then a week later, right back to eating hot Cheetos. Like I couldn't get enough of them. They couldn't get enough of me. It was bad, very toxic relationship. We won't discuss that, but yeah. And this motivation would come and go. Never found myself to be consistent enough to see my goals come into fruition. And I'm here to teach you a valuable lesson. How I went from being motivated to finally getting it done, and did a damn well good job. So, what was the breaking point that I had that brought me from motivation to I'm showing up every day? It was pain. And what does that look like? It looks like this. Growing up as a fat kid, I feel like anyone would imagine as the fat kid or the bigger kid, you get bullied. And I, in fact, got bullied a lot of the time. I just disliked the way that I looked from the get-go. And going to school, I'd get picked on, didn't have any real friends. A lot of them were fake. Going to birthday parties without me, never got invited, never thought of. Maybe had one or two like actual good friends that I'm grateful for. And it was worse too when I got home. Like, this is opening up just a little bit more about me. Like, my mom had a pain pill addiction, and my dad worked a 9-to-5, and on top of that, took care of his dying parents. And whenever I would go home from like feeling alone, like I didn't have anybody for some periods of time in my life, my mom would tell me that it was her fibromyalgia as to why she was bed rest with withdrawal symptoms. I didn't know that it actually had to do with her addiction. And it was a lot of pain leading up to the point of becoming disciplined enough to actually be consistent. Most people grow up living in this lukewarm feeling of being accepted and not entirely being accepted. Whereas when I grew up, I wasn't accepted at all. I didn't even feel accepted at my home. And what ends up happening is because you don't reach a level of pain that is high enough to change who you are. For me, I reached so much pain and got so sick and tired of being bullied by my friends, by kids, by people, knowing damn well I'm not the fattest kid in the room, but they're willingly picking on me. Maybe they see something I don't. I have no clue. But I was the one getting picked on. I had to reach a level of pain that allowed me to grow, whether I liked it or not. And I really thank God for that. And because of that, that's why I started dieting. That's why I got motivated. And it took a lot of trial and error. I finally figured something out. Like, oh, what's this counting calorie stuff? I was 14 at the time. I didn't know what this meant. And I just figured, well, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to just try. And to me, I tried. And I didn't just try, but I saw results. And because of that, I understood what it was like to work and not see any results. Like, imagine going to like a job full time, you don't see that paycheck. Like, you're not going to want to work again. I had to do that time and time again with dieting, and it was fucking horrible. Horrible. As a kid, I even had my own coach at a given point, and I didn't get to see those results because my coach didn't know how to coach a 13-year-old. And I mean, he didn't know how to make me a plan that I could stick to. And that's very important. But I started counting my calories, and I think I lost 20 pounds 2 weeks in. I went from like 210, 215 to like 185 pounds. And I was like, damn, dude, like I've never seen that much weight go off the scale, bro. Like, fuck yeah, like that's cool. I actually felt like a glimmer of hope in me. And because I saw the result, the return on the energy and work that I had to invest, man, I was like, I'm not going fucking back. And I fell in love with it. And I continued on with my journey. I kept counting my calories. I lost 80 pounds. Finished my cut, is what most people would call it, in 8 months. And it inspired a lot of people. It's helped change people's lives, and I'm grateful for that. But that's not what kept me consistent, because people know how to do those things. people know how to, see some results, but it's the consistency. Like, how are people motivated to do that? And I'm here to tell you, it has nothing to do with, it's hard. I'll reframe it. It has everything to do with the pain that you have to undergo that changes you into the person that's necessary to stay consistent in the first place. You have to undergo more pain than the pain that you have to face with when you don't go. And that's why I said, like, at the start of the video, you don't value yourself. You probably don't feel valued because you've been in that lukewarm state. You might have just been the average. There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone here on this planet is special. We didn't choose to be here. We all woke up and we're here. Like, you're a child of God, whether you believe in the creator or not. There's a creator. He's a beautiful, very beautiful being. But you probably were in that lukewarm state. You don't know what it's like to feel the pain. And what you need to do to be consistent, you have to go through that pain, whether you're choosing to or not. For me, this is why it's a blessing. I didn't choose to get bullied. I didn't consciously choose to be fat. Of course, my decisions led me to be fat, but I didn't want to be fat and I didn't know it would make me fat. I just did what a typical kid would do. I did what made me feel comfortable. Filling that void that I had growing up. But it was the pain that changed me into being someone that could be consistent. Because whether or not I would diet and then hop off like the diet, I just failed. Got back up, tried again, tried to figure something else out that worked. Tried drinking apple cider vinegar, taking Garcinia Cambogia pills. I can't ever nail that name. Like, so many remedies and weight loss tips, like the pineapple diet, all that bullshit. Tried it. And, well, shit, like, I'm here to tell you, like, if you want to be consistent, start with something that you can be consistent with, whether it brings you results or not. And what most people undermine is it's the most important thing outside of the plan that works. Because you can have the plan that works, but if you don't have that consistency, you're not going to get any results, regardless of what you do. If you can learn the habit of consistency, then you're doing something that works, fuck. It's all yours, bro. It's all yours for the taking. Bro or sister, I don't fucking know. Whoever's watching, but yeah, it's just, point of the matter being is, like, you want to be consistent, there are resources out there. There are ways to get help so you can be consistent. If you need that motivation, find reasons as to what makes it painful if you don't go so you get motivated to go. The thing is, this isn't a linear answer. It's not a one and done black or white thing. It's a multivariable thing. It's a psychological thing, and that has a bunch of variables that even top of the top PhDs, doctors can't figure out. There's so many things that go into the human mind that we cannot comprehend. But for the most part, I would argue it has to do with the pain that you haven't gone through yet. And now you have the opportunity to undergo that pain, or put yourself at a very valuable level where you value yourself a lot, where you look in the mirror and you go, this is not where I want to be, and it's painful. Well, then, yeah, you'll be consistent. But if you need to be consistent, and why or how, people are motivated for the gym, you got to go through the pain. If it's willingly, I would advise working with somebody. Get help. Like, I offer one-on-one help. Not on some advertisement shit. I'm just genuinely wanting to help people. If you are someone that struggles to show up to the gym or go to the gym, I love to help you. I've helped countless of people. It's what I do full-time outside of YouTube. Dude, I would love to. I would love to help you. I've seen and helped so many people. But no, outside of that, to answer the question, that about sums everything up. So, yeah. Short king out. I gotta turn off the camera. I don't clip these videos. These are raw. Short King Kari Raw. This is why I specifically say like Short King Kari Raw. My username doesn't say that yet, but we're not there yet. We got to post for you guys. The more words out there, more inspiration to draw from. Because I love you guys. God loves you too. If you don't believe in God, you should start believing in him. Okay, I'm leaving.